Zach, can you take us through the fourth down stop your defense made to win the game for you tonight?
Yeah, Jermaine Pratt. And it's really all those guys, but Jermaine, I thought that was very fitting because he's been a guy who's been all about taking the ball away all season. And he got the one earlier in the season against Minnesota. He's done it multiple times. He's always a guy, when we watch the tape, he's trying to punch the ball out, rake it out, whatever he's got to do. So for him to get the pick on the last play of the game is really just fitting of what he's been all about, and finished it off for us the right way.
Zach, what was the last 6:46 like for you when you guys went up by 10 and knew that the Raiders would probably make one last hard charge?
Sure. They're a good team, and so we knew they could move the ball. They had a ton of weapons. Their offensive line was playing really good. So, again, we figured it was going to be tight there at the end, but had confidence our guys would make plays, and they sure enough did.
Zach, what does it feel like or how does it feel to have the first playoff win for the Bengals in 31 years?
Well, happy for the city. I think the city can finally exhale. I get that. We haven't felt that pressure. I'll be quite honest. Me, maybe more so than the players, because I'm out and about more in the offseason and talk to people who've been here a long time. But I don't think the players ever felt that. So I'm just really, really happy for the city of Cincinnati, and that they get a chance to enjoy this and now just exhale and enjoy the ride here, because we're not done yet.
Was it obviously part of the game plan to really target Jamar Chase tonight, and another great performance from him and Burrow? Just your thoughts on them too tonight?
It's always part of the game plan to target Jamar Chase. But it's not. It was never forced. There wasn't one ball that was forced there. There's always options, and he just made the most of his opportunities. But trust me, Joe, I've really never felt this season at all where Joe's just forcing a ball to a particular receiver because he wants to get a guy going, or got all sorts of issues going here. Trying to force guys' balls because we just got a tremendous group of receivers, and Joe just trusts whoever's on the field is going to get open and make the play.
When things get close and tight, can you just describe the impact of having Joe Burrow in that moment?
Well, we've got all the faith in the world in Joe. So there's never any panic on our end. Had we been down 7 at the end of the game, had they scored there to tie it, and we had to go kick a field goal to win it, I promise you my heart rate was as even as it could be, just because I trusted our players, and I knew that someone was going to step up and win that game for us, and wasn't surprised when it happened.
What did you think of the throw where he threw the touchdown to Tyler, really jumping out of bounds? I mean, he was within half of an inch of going out of bounds. Just the play he made on that one.
Yeah, that's what you expect from the number 1 pick in the draft, is plays like that, plays you can't explain, making a play when there's no play to be made. That's a phrase I've heard often in my career, and Joe Burrow's the kind of guy that can make those types of plays, and it's pretty impressive.
Zach, did you hear a whistle on that play? Because it's been talked about.
I definitely never heard a whistle. No way.
I know we've talked about it plenty in the past, though. Joe throwing the ball away. Are you thinking that in those moments? Did you think that in that moment?
I think I've just learned. I thought that a lot last year. There's probably been moments this year, but the more I've been around him, I've just learned to just shut my mouth and let the magic go to work.
You've avoided the injury bug for the most part of the season to your key starters. Defensively, you lose Larry Ogunjobi and Trey Hendrickson, 2 very important players. How proud of you were the way your defense responded and stepped up and made plays without them on the field?
Yeah, really proud. You lost Mike Hilton there for a couple of plays, and we lost Mike Daniels on the first drive of the game. And so the stress of just having 2 D tackles really when Larry went down is difficult. And so just really proud of in that case, DJ and BJ doing a great job holding the fort down, and 2 well-conditioned guys that just go out there and do their job, and the guys kind of rallying around them and picking them up.
On Jermaine Pratt's pick, what defense were you playing and what package were you using?
Just our bread and butter coverage. I won't get into the exact call, but it's what we hang our hat on. It's what we've probably repped more times than anything else, and Jermaine made the play.
How much have you seen Jermaine progress in pass coverage during his career?
I think Jermaine has made a really big step this year. I thought last year was a good step in year 2 for him. I think this year he's made a tremendous jump, and super reliable for us, and just as consistent as there is.
Zach, is there anything that over the course of the season that occurred that maybe helped you guys get this win out today?
Well, it feels like we played in a lot of tight games at the end. Win or lose, it's difficult to get them all. But the 49ers game, the Broncos game, this kind of felt similar to the Broncos game, right, where we had to punt the ball back and we needed to stop. Now, we got it quickly in the Broncos game. This one took a little bit longer. But I just think playing in all these meaningful, tight December and January games, it pays off for us at this point.
Red zone today, 40% conversion rate
Yeah.
in red zone. Was there a consistent issue, or was it different things? What went on?
Oh, it was tough. You know, it was just tough. Tough for me to find a rhythm there, to be quite honest with you, to get us into the best stuff. And, you know, disappointing because we scored on our first 5 drives of the game. But like you said, it didn't feel like we had enough points on the board. And I just put that more on me, just finding a better rhythm there in the low red zone.
On that 4th and short before you kicked the field goal to make it 26-16, were you thinking at all about going forward, or just trying to get them to jump in?
Only if we had the right look. You know, and I just put that on Joe, and it wasn't the right look, so he banged the timeout.
You mentioned being so calm, especially giving them the ball back after you had the punt. What is it about your team? What is it about you as a coach that make you feel confident about your team in that position?
Just have too many tremendous players, and these guys play so well together that you're not worried about guys making busts and big plays. I mean, they're going to make big plays. They got great players, but just feel like our guys understood the moment, and they were going to bow up and make the plays we needed, and that gives me a lot of comfort.
Coach, you get any game balls?
Yeah, sure did. You know, we gave 2 game balls. The first one is to Mike Brown, you know, just because there's nobody who's more passionate about this team, this organization. There's no owner that sits at every walkthrough and every single practice in the freezing cold, the rain, the snow. This means the world to him. And I think, you know, some of the players know him better than others, the coaches, myself. We just owe so much to that man for being patient with us. I personally, if I coached at any other organization in football, I probably wouldn't be here right now in the 3rd year. That's the truth. But he's got the experience and the understanding. And because he's around, and because Paul and Katie and Troy and Caroline and Elizabeth, they care so much and they're around, that they get a chance to hear your vision firsthand on a daily basis. So we're all on the same page. There's no miscommunication. They can see where we need to go. And we're going to get there. And I think that they just believe in these players and coaches. And so he was very deserving of that. The second one is to the city of Cincinnati. You know, we want to start new traditions here with playoff wins, where we give game balls to this city and let the fans enjoy it, take selfies with it, whatever it is. We'll figure out how we're going to do that, disperse these things around where people are at their greatest moments tonight and get a chance to enjoy these balls with us because and I told this to the players. Some of them may not understand the significance of what happened today, but I know a lot of you in the room who are homegrown Cincinnatians certainly do. And like I said earlier, I think this city can finally exhale and just enjoy this team for what it is and take that pressure off those last 31 years. And at the same time, there's just such an incredible history here at Cincinnati. There's Super Bowl appearances, there's conference championships, and really these last even 2 decades, there's been so many tremendous players, teams, and coaches that have come through here that I hope that they feel like they're a part of this win today and they can enjoy this because they've really allowed the foundation for us to do this. And you know, I think today was significant for a lot of people.
Zach, when you did come back for year 3 at the start of the season, did you feel like it was what did that vote of confidence, I guess, coming back do for you, and how do you feel like that kind of maybe helped enable this playoff win, so to speak?
Well, it doesn't change how we approach anything. You know, it's just, I think because we were all on the same page, we understood of what the approach was taking, what the pieces we needed, and we got to start winning some more games. And so again, there wasn't any added pressure. We just kept it business as usual, and we've got the right team now to put us in a position to go into the second round as of now in the playoffs.